What are you doing?
My job. You're the one who said I was ready, and I frankly disagreed with you. But here we are, trying to overcome our differences. Like Beyonce says, please stop cheating on me.
A scene from this year's Deadpool 2 with Ryan Reynolds playing the unconventional Marvel superhero. That hit came 2 years after the original Deadpool blockbuster. Together, the movies have made more than $1.5 billion at the box office and given Reynolds the signature role of his 20-year career. But the success of Deadpool was far from a sure thing. For a long time, in fact, it was far from a thing at all. Reynolds personally fought for more than a decade to get the movie made. And boy, did his persistence pay off. The Vancouver native probably used a few of those Deadpool bucks to invest in his latest passion project. Reynolds recently bought a big stake in Aviation Gin after trying it at a bar. Ryan and I got together here in New York for a Sunday sit-down over what else? A gin and tonic. Ryan Reynolds admits his skills behind the bar are a little rusty.
I'm not a mixologist, nor am I even remotely a bartender anymore.
But he's still good for a stiff pour, especially when he's pouring his very own gin.
So I'm going to put a little Aviation Gin in here. A little? A lot of Aviation. I'm just giving you the drink that I have. Okay, and we'll do a ton of soda. Okay, that's for you. It's going to be a long day. I did this yeah, it's only noon.
The 41-year-old bought a big stake in the Portland, Oregon-based Aviation earlier this year after trying the gin at a bar and asking the bartender about it.
Very nice. Very nice. Salute.
And Reynolds isn't just a famous face for the brand. He's heavily involved in aviation sales and marketing.
The liquor business is not unlike show business in as much as it's built on relationships. And from my perspective, I've gotten farther in show business just based on having real relationships with people than I have just from having agents or other people represent me. And so I like the nitty-gritty stuff. Well, I like, not just being a sort of a facade owner, but an actual owner.
Reynolds' leap into the liquor business follows a similar move by another Hollywood A-lister. Last year, George Clooney sold his tequila company for $1 billion.
He's a guy that created his favorite tequila. I'm a guy who found his favorite gin.
Did you talk to George about this? You say, hey, I noticed you did pretty well on this. Is it a good business to be in?
Yeah, he hung up on me almost instantly.
Reynolds will have to sell a lot of gin to match the success of his other passion project, Deadpool.
And maximum effort. Hear the music.
Reynolds fought for 11 years to bring the foul-mouthed, fourth-wall-breaking Deadpool from comic books to the big screen.
Well, I may be super, but I am no hero.
After Deadpool's early appearance in the 2009 movie X-Men Origins Wolverine was widely panned, Reynolds invested in animated test footage to prove the character needed a standalone film.
Nothing if not persistent. I just felt like I knew the character, knew this guy in a way that I don't think anyone else could do it.
When that test footage mysteriously leaked online, fans went wild and convinced Hollywood executives to greenlight Reynolds' dream.
Nobody's getting hurt.
What do you think it is about that character, though, that caught fire? It feels to me like it came along sort of at the right time in the sequence of superhero movies, like almost a little bit of a turning the knife and spoofing it a bit.
Yeah, I think there's something really fun about a true rascal. And also, Deadpool is a superhero that I think audiences tend to really connect with because he's for the people. And we also don't deal with world stakes. Deadpool's never trying to save the world. He's never trying to, he doesn't care.
It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
I think part of the reason Deadpool works is not just the action, but your sense of humor. Yeah. And so I'm curious where that comes from. Was it being one of four boys? Is it from your parents?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to win any fights with my fists growing up. I have three older brothers. My dad's an ex-cop. He was a very smart man, but he was a very tough man. When he walked into a room, the oxygen could leave like that. So I used to learn to kind of diffuse that with jokes, with ways to make him laugh.
Reynolds' road to Deadpool's success began on Canadian television at the age of 12.
In about 30 seconds, this is gonna get really funny.
When a short stint in college didn't pan out, Reynolds decided to pack up his Jeep and try his luck on the Los Angeles improv scene.
His very first night in L.A., that Jeep was stolen.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah, it was the early Hollywood gift basket. And then I went for a little stroll and I actually found it. I found the Jeep.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a few blocks away with no doors. One of the seats was ripped out.
They stripped it that quickly.
Honestly, it was like locusts took a run at it. It was I don't know how fast. Like so these guys were like geniuses.
So you're driving around with no doors.
I was driving around with no
nothing.
doors. And
Yeah.
El Nino, I remember there was that year of El Nino, and it was just like waterfalls would come through the car as I was driving to audition. So I'd always have a change clothes in a dive bag so that I could stay dry.
Things got better from there. Reynolds earned a starring role on the ABC sitcom 2 Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Happy housewarming. Here's your gift. It's kind of last minute.
Movies like National Lampoon's Van Wilder, Just Friends, and The Proposal followed.
Will you marry me?
No. Say it like you mean it.
By 2011, with Deadpool's future still uncertain, Reynolds agreed somewhat reluctantly to play another, greener superhero.
And then there's kind of a famous moment where you go to the studio, you say, hey, I'm going to go be a different superhero named Green Lantern if you don't make Deadpool.
Yeah, it was sort of like, standing at the altar and having second thoughts or something. And I just said, if there's any way you guys could see it in your hearts to make this character, you think that there's a real chance, tell me now or let's forever hold our peace. And they said, no, there's no way.
Deadpool would have to wait, but Green Lantern had a silver lining. Reynolds met actress Blake Lively on the set.
Evening, ma'am.
They now are married with 2 daughters, a favorite Hollywood couple that delights in mocking each other on social media.
We're people that don't take ourselves too seriously. The only people I really love to make fun of is us.
What did Blake say when you said, honey, I just bought a gin company?
Well, the first key to, I think, a strong, solid marriage is to not sort of speak in the past tense about something like that. You say, I want to buy a gin company,
right,
even though I'd already bought it.
It was done. The paper's been signed.
Yeah, totally.
Even while running a gin company, Ryan Reynolds finds time to bravely pursue the mysterious leaker of the footage that launched his billion-dollar Deadpool franchise.
How's the search for the leaker going? I know you've been working hard on that.
I continue to work as hard as I can.
Yeah.
I invest almost all of my spare time in trying to find that bastard, that culprit, and bring him to justice, bring him to his knees, give him a hot bath, let him tuck his kids into bed at night, and own a gin company someday.
I have a suspect in mind. You can try Aviation American Gin at your local bar or liquor store. And our thanks to Macau Trading Company in New York for hosting our conversation there. Ryan, by the way, currently shooting a Netflix movie with Michael Bay called 6 Underground. That one comes out next year. To hear a great story about Ryan's father actually being the first liquor entrepreneur in the family by making a lethal concoction in a garbage can at home, check out our web extras at today.com/Sunday. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Sitdown podcast to hear the entire unedited interview with Ryan Reynolds. You can find it on TuneIn or wherever you get your podcasts.